Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and the Word this morning. If you'd been a little earlier, it could have been biscuits and gravy and the Word. Sorry, I did eat my biscuits and gravy this morning too. Breakfast and the Word. I love it. As we look this morning, I've been a few days off again. I finally got the computer working last week, as I explained to you, after many trials and errors and all sorts of things we went through. Excuse me. Got the computer working. Did a broadcast, and then took a couple of days off. We had a funeral, and then I had just a long day of sermon preparation at the end of the week. Took some time off. Took a day out of the office yesterday, just kind of get a little refreshed and built a wonderful day out. Now I'm wondering what I breathed in that I'm all choked up this morning. I'm starting on my allergy medicine, I guess. Excuse me. Anyway, we're back. Got our Casey's Dark Roast. See if we can get my throat back here. Let's look at Psalm 74 today. An interesting psalm in that really another one of those from Asaph, and another one that this is just one of those that will kind of get you down if you concentrate on the first part of what he says and don't pick up on the key verses from 12 and on. So let's jump into this and see what you think. I'm going to try, see if my voice will last. We may not be very long today, but we're here. Okay, Psalm 74. Oh God, why have you rejected us forever? Why does your anger, why does your anger smoke against the sheep of your pasture? Remember your congregation, which you have purchased of old, which you have redeemed to be the tribe of your inheritance, and this Mount Zion, where you have dwelt. Turn your footsteps toward the perpetual ruins. The enemy has damaged everything within the sanctuary. Your adversaries have roared in the midst of your meeting place. They have set up their own standards for signs. It seems as if one had lifted up his axe in a forest of trees, and now all its carved work they smash with hatchet and hammers. They have burned your sanctuary to the ground. They have defiled the dwelling place of your name. They said in their heart, let us completely subdue them. They have burned all the meeting places of God in the land. We do not see our signs. There is no longer any prophet, nor is there any among us who knows how long. How long, O Lord, how long, O God, will the adversary revile and the enemy spurn your name forever? Why do you withdraw your right hand? Why do you withdraw your hand? Start over again, verse 11. Why do you withdraw your hand, even your right hand, from within your bosom? Destroy them. Yet God is my king from old, who works deeds of deliverance in the midst of the earth. You divided the sea by your strength. You broke the heads of the sea monsters in the waters. Again. You crushed the heads of the Leviathan. You gave him as food for the creatures of the wilderness. You broke open springs and torrents. You dried up ever-flowing streams. Yours is the day. Yours also is the night. You have prepared the light and the sun. You have established all the boundaries of the earth. You have made summer and winter. Remember this, O God, that the enemy has reviled, and a foolish people has spurned your name. Do not deliver the soul of your I apologize. What's going on with this? Do not deliver the soul of your turtle dove to the wild beast. Do not forget the life of your afflicted forever. Consider the covenant, for the dark places of the land are full of the habitations of violence. Let not the oppressed return dishonored. Let the afflicted and needy praise your name. Arise, O God, and plead your own cause. Remember how the foolish man reproaches you all day long. Do not forget the voices of your adversaries, the uproar of those who rise against you, which ascends continually. Excuse me. I apologize. Hadn't talked much this morning. Didn't realize my voice was in that bad of shape. Need a little lemon juice in my coffee this morning, I guess. But again, the tone of this song can be very depressing. It's very a tone of despair. Why have you rejected us forever? Why does your anger smoke against us, the sheep of your pasture? Remember your congregation. They've smashed everything. They've burned everything. They've come to subdue us. So why do you withdraw your hand from us? Over and over, there's this theme of despair from Asaph here. Excuse me. But then finally in verse 12, he reminds us that he knows the God who is able and capable and in control. Yet God is my king from of old, who works deeds of deliverance in the midst of the earth. You divided the sea by your strength. And he reminds us of this, that this great God, this all-powerful God, who could divide the sea and deliver the nation of Israel from captivity in Egypt. You broke open springs and torrents. You dried up ever-flowing streams. You have power over all of nature. That's what he's saying. Yours is the day, yours also is the night. You've prepared the light and the sun. You have power and authority over all of creation. You've established all the boundaries of the earth. You have made summer and winter. God, I know you're the God who's in control. I know you're the God who made everything and had everything. But right now, it seems like in this really, really dry period in my life, Lord, that I'm not hearing from you. And that's what Asaph is saying. And there's just adversaries are pounding away at him to the point that he feels desperate. And sometimes in our life, we feel that way. And I know we all do that. We feel sometimes like there's just so many things pounding us from outside that we wonder where God is in this. But we need to remind ourselves, as Asaph did, that my God is the God who has always been king, who works great deeds of deliverance, and he will not fail in this as well. Verse 22 is a unique verse in that, excuse me, sometimes we see these words. We saw this also with David, where it almost seems like the psalm writer is telling God what to do. And I don't think that's the case as much as recognizing what God can do. In verse 22, he says, "Arise, O God, and plead your own cause." And it's like you're telling God to get up and defend himself. Are you kidding me? I don't think that's all the case. I think he's remembering that God has always, through history, arose and pleaded his own cause, and that he will again and again and again and again. That God, his presence, his power, his word, his creation, all going to speak for who he is, the powerful, all-knowing God, just God, the loving God. He's going to step forward and speak for himself time and time and time again throughout history. And so, no matter where we're at in our our dark place, our dry place in our life, when we may feel despair, as the psalmist does here, we can be assured that God, who created everything and who has control over everything, has a master plan for everything. He's not going to leave us dangling out here for the devil to snatch. He's going to provide a way for us. We don't always understand the timing, and we don't even really always understand the deliverance. But we need to believe, like Asaph is, that he is the God who is the God of deliverance in the midst of this earth, in the midst of things that we go through. Excuse me. Let the oppressed return. Let not the oppressed return dishonored. Let the afflicted and needy praise your name. God will do that. God will allow us to praise his name, because he will step up. He will arise. He's here. He is pleading his own cause every day. The thing is, We're not listening to his pleading every day. The world's not listening to his pleading every day. We need to listen to God. Have conversations with God. Again, as much as almost a depressing psalm that this is, it also can be an uplifting thing to us, because we know that, again, we've talked about this before, that when we have conversations with God, the more we get to know him, the more open we can be with him, and the more we realize how true, how faithful, how loving he is. Hope you guys have a great day. You got something weighing on your heart, go to the one who is able. Don't cry to your friends. Don't go begging somebody else. Go to the one who is able, the Lord God Almighty. Tomorrow we're going to look at Psalm 75, a little different tone. We give thanks to you, O God. We give thanks. Like that. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Psalm 75. I promise I'll be here. We'll stay on the air. We're going to get these done, and I'll try not to have a break in these for a while. All right. See you guys. Have a great day. God bless you.